place. I am not talking fabu. I have called the security agencies, go and take the footage. You will see it in Transcorp. And he has already written an apology and undertaken. But that is not enough. That's why I'm bringing this conference so that Nigerians will know. I had the option to keep quiet, but everybody I spoke to say, no, let the public know. Should anything happen tomorrow, go and hold Wike responsible. Nyesom Wike, Minister, FCT. These are his boys. And even as I have mentioned his name, Moses Emmanuel, when you go out, call River State people you know and ask them who is Moses Emmanuel. That was the guy that confronted me, uninvited, and said he will shoot me, I will kill you. So that is what I want to tell you. But don't say that I'm running away. I won't run away. I will continue to speak the truth. This country belongs to all of us. It's not because of what I call relativity to time and space. You got somewhere. You think you are the only one loved by God. The fact that you succeeded doesn't mean that others are foolish or stupid. It is relativity to time and space. So that is the information I'm giving you. And I want the public to know this, that Wike sent his hitmen through their CCTV
to kill him. I mean, there are some semblance of, facts in what he's saying. Okay, maybe not facts, but there seems to be like semblance of truth. He's got the image, he's got the pictures, he's got the confessional and apology statement of the guy. And he asked us to go to the hotel and get CCTV and all of that stuff. But the other part is true. He said it. He said, with a Wike, we run against Tifnumbu in 2027. And that seems far-fetched. But running against Tifnumbu in 2027 is just like saying the moment Tifnumbu begin to, or let me say, the moment Tifnumbu's illegitimate regime begin to crumble, out of those that will first jump ship after walking behind the scene will be with a Wike. And that is why he is the guy that seems to always want to prove his loyalty to Tifnumbu a lot. I don't know if you have noticed. He's, we call it ass licking, but he's more or less like somebody who always wants to prove his loyalty to Tifnumbu and believes that he has the authority of Tifnumbu to do anything. They are releasing enough money to him that so why would they want to kill Dan? And that's what they do. That's what they hire all these guys for, all these cultists. The rest of them that can't even help us face our oppressors. But rather they will join them and turn gun on us. Who be you? Who be you? Last you go become a gunman for politician, Murasi. Continue. As they say that they bomb them, you go join cultism and you become a killer for politicians so that their own children can enjoy the whatever is being looted while you would have to spill blood for them even before you can buy a sneak. I mean, you can buy sneakers. The issue of visa ban and lifting of a visa ban, it's a big news. A lot of people have been skeptical. I think it was at the Ireti airline or so that said something about that last month, that they will be coming back to Nigeria from October. And we're all waiting for October. And they said, by the time they come back, will they lift the visa ban? That should be done before October. So they are working on it. So the news today is that they have lifted the visa ban on Nigerians. The UAE has lifted the visa ban on Nigerians. And I really 1,000,000% want this to be true. It's people's lives. I have been searching everywhere online, yeah, to see the news from the UAE government, but I haven't seen any yet. I mean, I don't want to be skeptical, but I am really, really optimistic, and some of you should know why. There are so many people trapped in this UAE. Their life, their careers have been stagnant for years now. At least on the last count, it should be like about 3 years now, if no more. When because of the Bokuwari's criminal government that stole over $10 billion, you know, investors' money. People who invested their money in Nigeria, but the time for them to take out their profit, they couldn't because Nigeria had no dollars. And they kept lying and shifting until the government of the UAE decided to ban all Nigerians from getting their visa or coming to their country like that. Nigerians who were living in the UAE, they refused to renew their residency or their visas, their working visas and all of that. So this affected tens of thousands of people, put it that way. People who have not done anything wrong, right? Just because of diplomatic, financial criminals in your country created a diplomatic role, and they lied for like about 3 or 4 years. Tinubu has lied twice about it, to the point that when people hear the news, they just want to be sure. And I want to be sure too. I 100% want it to be true. I have looked everywhere, and I think maybe it's just too early. Maybe they are just jumping again. But if any of you have come across it, please, it is one of the news I've been looking forward to, right? So yeah, they've announced it, and we hope that people will be able to now sort all of the documentation and all of that normalizing or regularization that they needed to do in time. In Nigeria today, the National Assembly, we're going to go to the National Assembly now, okay? So they were talking about the level of hunger in the country. The people who are victims of, fire incidents, markets destroyed, flooding, and the rest of that. Then economy generally. Ireti brought in emotion that led to another additional prayer. I think we should hear it, right? Listen.
Senator Ireti Kingibe, representing the Federal Capital Territory, and I bring a petition on behalf of 419 erstwhile members of staff of AfriBank who were retired in 2004 and 19 years after are still yet to be paid their pensions and gratuities and other entitlements. These 70 members that the fund is there, but they're not being paid. So I would like the Senate to intervene to ensure that they get paid before they all die. I so submit.
Is there any legal impediment?
No, none, sir.
Okay, please proceed to lay the petition.
Okay. Should I read it to you or take it to public?
Proceed
Okay,
to lay the petition.
Thank you.
And off your mic. The petition is hereby referred to the Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions to revert to the Senate in 21 days.
Order 41. The matter for discussion shall, if possible, be referred to the President of the Senate before commencement of the day's sitting, and the President of the Senate shall refuse to allow the claim unless he is satisfied that the matter is definite and urgent. Order 51. Notice shall not be dispensed with in the case of which a motion or in respect of any other proceeding for which notice is required, except with the consent of the President of the Senate and the general assent of the senators present.
Have you referred the matter to the President of the Senate?
I have referred it to you, sir, 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago?
Yes, you told me to bring it.
Okay, what was it about?
It was about the fire in Karu.
Yeah. Distinguished colleagues, she mentioned the tragedy that befell the market in Karo and said she would like to bring it to the attention of the distinguished senators. Is it the view of the Senate that she be allowed to proceed with this motion? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. You may proceed. And please distribute copies.
On the Karu fire outbreak and the need for safer public places.
So she had a lot of just that bill. She was taking them one after the other. I'm not going to take you through all of that. But our colleagues who sort of, at least for the first time in a while, rose up and supported her. They had all had this to say. Now that one you can watch.
Senator Ireti Kingibe and fully and urge that some palliative be rushed to the people affected by the fire. I also support. Thank you.
Johanna Adamo North. The issue of fire mishaps in this country is becoming too many. And particularly the market that the motion is moved on that caught fire some few weeks ago is a market that was badly congested. There were no access roads. They were built as if that market was not in the capital city of Nigeria. There were just batches in that market. I had the privilege to go into that market on several occasions. And it's an eyesore. And so when this fire came up, there was no way even for the emergency people to access where the fire was consuming. And so I will support totally this motion and urge that at least in the capital city of Nigeria, markets should be modernized. And markets should be built to reflect the developing nature of our country and show in the character of the markets the character of a very organized society. With this, Mr. President, I'd like to support totally this motion and that action should be taken to revisit all the markets in the capital city and also across the country that are under the control of respective authorities in the subnationals so that safety measures are taken and they are built in consideration that human beings transact business in those areas. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, Mike. Then you will explain to us what you mean by House of Lords.
Yes,
House of Lords.
Yes, it's House of Lords, Mr. President.
No longer Senate.
With Natasha as the gatekeeper.
Yeah, you are no longer in the Senate. You are now in the House of Lords.
Respectfully, Mr. President, there's merit in this motion, and I throw my full weight behind the spirit that underlines this motion. We saw the rage of fire in that market, and I was very touched. And I received calls from my people in Akwa Ibom South, who are always very compassionate, asking me to align with their feelings about the trauma that has been visited on Nigerians and other spectrum of humanity that use that market. There's a persuasion that we aligned with the wailings, with the tears of Nigerians who are using that facility. To this extent, Mr. President, I support this motion, and I aligned that we should extend a hand of fellowship, a hand of support to Nigerians, to traders, to businessmen who have lost a lot Some of them have lost their life earnings. What they have suffered to save over the years have been burnt to ashes. To this extent, there's persuasion that we aligned with the spirit of this motion, and accordingly, my humble self, Samson, speaking for Akwebom South, aligns with the spirit and tenor of this motion. I thank you.
Sani Musa, representing Niger East Senatorial District. I stand to support this motion wholeheartedly. Our economic activities cannot be right with the continuous disasters that are happening across the country in our markets. And I think it is important that the authorities put a check to it because it has become a continuous decimal. Time and time over, markets have been suffering from fire disasters where billions of naira worth of goods are being destroyed. So I think there is need not only for the FCT authority to check, but across the country, something needs to be done. And I want to also ask the authorities to look elsewhere how markets are being operated and ours. You will see that whenever there is any emergency, it is not easy for the emergency workers to be able to get access to these markets. So it's very important that we look at our safety and hazard procedures in the markets.
On and on and on. See again, right? What do you call it? If my video begin to become blurry, right? So something happened that I got switched back. But I hope, okay, I think it's better. Oh, no, it's not. It's quite all right elsewhere. I mean, it's not for me. Yeah. I am so sorry, right? Give me a sec. I will play the response of Akpabiole in another engagement, okay? Just kind of a gap. Don't go anywhere.
To amend the prayer to say to urge the bills to the victims at a subsidized and affordable rate in order not to disenfranchise the original owners of the shops. It was a community market, and its status as a community market must be maintained. The reason for this for this prayer, sir, is because most other markets have been getting burnt down in Abuja, and after they are burnt down, they are rebuilt under some sort of very commercial arrangement that excludes the masses and the original owners of the market. These, I would believe, are some of the causes of insecurity in the Federal Capital Territory. I so submit.
They should go ahead and rebuild the market, offer the market to the original owners, and they were all butchers. So you may not know who the original owners are, at subsidized rates, and thereafter maintain it, because here it was a community market, and its status as a community market must be maintained. So why do you use government money to build community market, maintain the status, and hand over to the community? So what I'm saying in essence is that the prayer is faulty, and but is there anybody who wants to second this prayer? Yes, Natasha, you want to second the prayer?
Yes, sir. I stand and I speak to second the prayer as amended by Senator Ireti Kingibe. If you're asking in rebuilding a community market, sir, the people are the government. The communities are the government. So it's like the people using their money to their own advantage. So I stand to second the motion as amended by Senator Ireti Kingibe, sir.
No, the motion you are seconding, Yanamak, to offer the rebuilt market, when rebuilt, to the victims at a subsidized rate, and thereafter maintain it as community market so that the original status will not be lost. Those in support of this motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Additional prayer, yes. Committee is on environment and legislative compliance to ensure strict compliance with this resolution and report within 4 weeks. Amendment, distinguished Senator Yaya.
Mandate the committees on FCT, environment and legislative compliance to ensure strict compliance with this resolution and report within 4 weeks. The FCT committee must be part, of the committee, to do this oversight. Thank you, Mr. President.
The FCT committee, the Senate committee and FCT area councils, and the committee on legislative compliance to ensure strict compliance with these resolutions and report to the Senate within 4 weeks. Distinguished Senator Yaros Binus.
Thank you, Mr.
Amended and seconded by distinguished Senator Yaros Binus. Those in support of the amendment say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. So
no more peaceful protests again now, because peaceful protests know they work. Yes, peaceful protests, they work. More turn out to one man, more enter so scatter everywhere. More shook, waiting no good.
Shook, waiting no good. All right, that is that from the National Assembly, where they were discussing at least matters that actually affects people and their attitude towards it as well. So I needed to share that with us this evening. I strongly believe I have succeeded in switching the internet back. This is meant to, right? I've got the best. I'm supposed to have the best internet. Okay. You have an internet that has a 2.1 gigabytes per second. You know that one? Yeah, that's what I've got. But they are carrying out maintenance around here. And they said this could last all evening. And I've forgotten it was today. So now I've switched it to my mobile data. I don't know if that one is clear. This is my own mobile data now, like using that straight on which means there's nothing much. It's just this streaming and my phone. So that should be good. Right, I think it is. It's brilliant. Right? Thank you so much, everyone. My time is so up now, so we're going to take calls. This is for those who really want to be part of this or react. We had a very wonderful afternoon today, remember? And some people who wanted to be part of that couldn't. So you may have your shot this evening, right? But there is this video trending, and people have been calling it a cap. Typical Nigerians. They were surprised when the supposed richest Nigerian or the richest black man, Aliko Dangote, said he only has a house in Kano, a house in Lagos, and he rented the house in Abuja. It's a lie. Who is Dangote's landlord in Abuja? Because they are criminal politicians, normal, like people will be say, those ones who are these people that are running away from poverty. And they take money as if to say money is going out of circulation. They have 100 houses and all that. Some of you who dream to have a lot of money and all of that, they couldn't imagine that a billionaire is renting a house because he doesn't live there. And I saw the video. I said, okay, I'm going to drop it here. It's not that it's really relevant, okay? But just in case if you see this, there's no biggie about a billionaire renting a house, But a typical Nigerian will even have houses where they won't even visit for years. I know, not be saying fire shot, but there are some of you who have these mansions in Nigeria. You spend so much money. But now you barely even go to Nigeria. All of that millions. All of that. So if you have a chance, if they ask you again, if you have a second chance and you ask, would you do that again? A lot of people will say, no, I won't do that again. And some of you will be like, even if I'm going to do it, I will not do it that much anymore. Imagine that. So this is why the video is trending.
proud, and that's why, because I know